What is up, Snarf Gang? It's your boy Snarf Brownie, and I'm having to film this entire video a second time because my video file just randomly corrupted and deleted itself. Don't you guys just love it when that happens? But, I still want to repost this video, so I'm going to redo it anyway for you guys. Today, I will be reviewing the Incredible Hulk Omnibus. I already took the dust jacket off because, like I said, I already filmed this video. So let's take a look at the dust jacket. Here we got a redrawn art of the original Hulk cover. On the back we have all the covers of everything this collects. This collects the Incredible Hulk volumes 1 through 6, Tales to Astonish 59 through 101, and Incredible Hulk 102. As you can see, I got the first printing right here. The OG Marvel Omnis have this sort of scaly, glossy look with the silver text. And I got this one used, and it did have somewhat of a crease in the spine. And as I did read it, continue to read it, it did crease more. And one thing I will say about the first printings of the Marvel Omnibus is that they are pretty fragile. When I was carrying it, I accidentally bumped it into the door, like literally this much. And it just tore this corner just from that little contact. Like, that's how fragile these books really are. Which is a shame, but I don't plan on selling this one because I didn't really like it. You got nice thick paper quality. You're probably not going to be getting the first printing if you do get this online, but I did. So just in case you do get the first printing, this is the kind of quality you can expect. In this volume, you get to see Hulk's origin, and you get to see a lot of him fighting his classic villains, like the Leader, the Boomerang, General Thunderbolt Ross, the High Evolutionary. You get to see the Watcher. You get to see him fight a really cool fight with the Submariner, and just a lot of cool stuff in this. Let me flip through some of this so you can see some of the classic Jack Kirby art. That Hulk right there. Sorry it's a little dark in here, but there you go. Just a little bit more light for you. You can see that art better. That's the Leader right there. He's a being that gamma radiation turned him into the smartest creature, while the Hulk turned the Hulk into the strongest creature. If you don't know the Hulk's origin, he is a scientist, a nuclear scientist that was doing a missile test. And a kid was wandering around on the missile site because of a dare with his friends. And Bruce Banner goes out there to save him, pushes him into a trench, and then he gets caught in the blast, turning him into the Hulk. One thing I will say that's not the best about this is the Hulk dialogue sometimes. Like, he literally just does repeat stuff a lot of the time, like, I am the Hulk! I am the Hulk! I'm the Hulk! Like, bro, we know you're the Hulk, or he'll just be like, I'm the Hulk! Nobody defeats the Hulk! I am the Hulk! I am unstoppable! Nobody defeats the Hulk! And he'll talk about himself in, like, the third person like that. I will say that whenever he repeats himself over and over again, that can be a little bit, like, cringe, but it's not really that bad because he's supposed to be a mindless brute. Like, I get that. It's just the repeating that can get a little bit, like, for me sometimes. Sorry, guys, I've been sick for, like, 9 days. What was I saying? Yeah, I remember now. So, yeah. Another thing I will say is that at the very beginning of the Incredible Hulk, they don't really have a super firm idea of what they want to do with the transformation. And I feel like they still don't get a super good grasp on it, even by the end of this, which is kind of bad because it's literally the whole core concept behind the entire story. So it kind of starts out as a day and night cycle, like he turns into the Hulk at night, and then he turns back into Bruce Banner at the day. So then to try to control it, he builds a machine that helps him transform between Bruce Banner and the Hulk. So now he uses a machine. And then I don't remember what happens that causes that to stop working, but then it starts being through rage that he turns into the Hulk. Everyone knows the classic, like, you get mad, you turn into the Hulk, right? But the one thing I feel like they didn't solidify super well is what turns him back into Bruce Banner when he is the Hulk. When they explain it, they say that the opposite of what turns Bruce Banner into the Hulk is what turns the Hulk back into the Bruce Banner. So if he's super pissed, that turns him into the Hulk. If he calms down, that turns him into Bruce Banner, right? But some, like, multiple times, it happens at times where it makes zero sense for the Hulk to be experiencing less stress. Like in the middle of stopping a missile from hitting a city, why would you experience less stress in that moment? But I'm not even joking you when I tell you the way this scene plays out is the Hulk sees a missile heading right for a city, right? So he jumps up to try to stop it, and when he gets to the middle missile, he forgets what he's doing, and then that calms him down enough to turn into Bruce Banner. Bro, you forgot what you were doing in the middle of stopping a missile? How the fuck do you even do that? That makes Hulk just seem like even more brain dead than whenever he's just going full retard mode, saying, "I am the Hulk. I am unstoppable." He kind of reminds me of Mr. Frog. I'm not gonna lie, from Smiling Friends. But yeah, I still loved it though. Like those kinds of things are kind of like iffy Silver Age writing, but if you can get past them, it's pretty solid. You get to see the Hulk just fight a bunch of stuff, be a big dumb brute. I like the dynamic he has where he's like the misunderstood, kind of not really a hero, but he's misunderstood because in the sense that he does have a good heart. He does go out of his way to help things sometimes, he doesn't have to. Even humanity, even though they try to attack him all the time for like literally no reason. And yeah, in terms of art, I would give this story like a 6 out of 10. The art can look a little bit rough in certain parts, like mainly with the Hulk's face around some of the earlier issues. It's not like as super well drawn, I feel like, just in certain panels. But overall the art's pretty good. I like the Silver Age, style of art, so you're never going to be hearing hate from me. Because of that, I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. And for story, because there's some things that are not super fleshed out, I mean, the characters still are endearing, like Rick Jones, Thunderbolt Ross. He's kind of like he's an asshole, yeah, but like you kind of get why he does what he does, and he's a good kind of antagonistic character. Plus the other sergeant dude that is also in love with the Hulk's, like Bruce Banner's love interest, is also a pretty dynamic character. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for writing too, and by no means does this rating mean that I think it's bad. I still really loved The Incredible Hulk, but I do have to acknowledge some of the writing flaws that it has, like I mentioned earlier. Actually, I want to bump it up a little bit, but it's just him turning back into Bruce Banner purely for plot convenience sometimes that really keeps me from giving it a higher score, because it's a very integral part of the lore, and I feel like it's just not, the rules of it are not followed, is what I'll say. So that's why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Anyway, that was my review of The Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 1. Let me know what you think in the comments. Snarf Gang out.